Hello and thanks for joining me for some more Spacebourne 2. Now I have backtracked a little bit because my last two streams, and actually, if you have a look just down the bottom corner, I can't point at it, we do have some loading dots. So I did mention that I'd like to see something a bit more than a black loading screen. But yeah, anyway, so my last two streams of this kind of got hit with some copyright claims and messed them up, and I used YouTube's feature to remove the music, but it turns out I didn't really need to because they were false claims. Anyway, those two streams are no longer there, so I've backtracked back to where we were at the end of episode 3, and we're just going to do the stuff again. And it might go a little bit better this time because my memory has been refreshed on what happens in the game. So, episode 3, we set up our faction. Yeah, we did choose. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is weird. All right, so I went through the same steps as last time, and it's put us on justice. I picked justice the previous time, and it put us on order. Doesn't really make a great deal of difference. But I did have a poll in one of the previous streams, which I have taken down, and people did vote for order, so we'll be taking decisions towards that path later on, or maybe we can change it now. Can we change this? We'll change this now before we've got not enough power. Okay, so we can't change it yet. Alright, that's fine. Anyway, so to get the ball rolling, so we have 0 people. If we go into our members here, we don't have any people apart from our main crew, which are these guys, which also appear up here, but these guys here. So in order to start getting some, we need to go in and do this mail mission, which is, we'll get a lot more of these. They all become generic, but this first one is a little unique. So we'll deal with it and send that. And now we'll have the Mark Zeran contract here. Just going to, we'll set our route to it. Close out of there. Alright, now up the steps. And my suit might look a little different from the last stream because I did have to go backtrack and play up to the point that we're at to sort of match it up with episode 3.
Mining in the Tamaran system or hiding out in the dark of the Kaiden system.
So let's break atmosphere here.
Sit back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away. Sonak radio.
And our landing gear is down. Let's get rid of the landing gear. That'll help. Okay, so let's bring up the map. A route is already set.
Well, folks, looks like our time is up again.
Whoopsie. All right, so
I was just...
I will kill that for a minute. Let's hit B. and find the Stargate. We'll lock onto that.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And we'll cruise on through. We'll do this mission. And that'll start helping us grow our army.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process.
So we get ourselves lined up here
Please proceed through the gate in the path.
and cruise on through.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. I can get control of my ship back again. Alrighty, so we need to go to the planet Massiphus,
Drive online.
which we might have to bring up the map for that. Let's just narrow in on our location, show the system, and there's the planet there. So we can lock onto that and cruise on over.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And once our warp drive cools down, we can press B again.
Warp drive cooling. Drive online.
Look for the pink marker and lock onto it.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alrighty. And
This is your only and last warning. Leave here in 5 seconds or we will open fire.
okay, so we've got to take out these turrets down here.
Weapons recharging. Weapons online. Weapons overheat.
Alright, well, there's two. Don't think we can actually lock onto them.
We must open the doors. Let me try to find it.
Okay,
There is a shield around the perimeter. You must go towards the door and leave your ship. Get close to the door and let me try to hack it.
so we'll hop out here.
Now hold on just a little bit. The connection is thin.
So, can you open or not?
I just need more time.
Okay, I've had enough of this. You can get only this much if you trust technology. Let me handle this.
Alright, so we've got to wait for this barrier to come down so we can get through. Not yet. I don't know if it's...
Before they open the shield generators again.
Okay.
I could just hack it as well, you know.
I'm sure you could, my robotic friend, but you couldn't. Focus on the task now. Go inside and make some hell, boss.
So now this mission is scripted. When we do mail missions in the future, they will be more generic.
They opened the generators already. No worries, boss. I'll get it down while you do your thing.
Alright. So cruise on over there. So there is ammo in these crates, but we are full.
Closing in. Stop this man. Newbie, follow me.
If we don't stop him now, he will get to Karun.
Oops. What's going on here? Alright. I think this is the last one for this little bit. Right, there is another one around somewhere. Over there. I don't know if that one's dead and just sitting funny. No, they're still there. That's it. Alright. I suppose we can pick up some ammo. There's plenty here. So it's a good idea to wait till you've used up a fair bit before you pick it up, but there's lots of these ammo crates all around here.
Stop if you do not wish for her death. Don't tell your men to stand down. Let us talk. Come closer and do not try to reach your weapon. If I see any movements, she will not live to see her children. Aren't I right, dear?
Yes, dear. Please do not try to do anything.
Okay. I don't know why it spun us around there. Let's just get our point done. So we did raise up a soldier level. I think I'm going to continue along this way and go for the extra damage.
Now tell me, what the fuck do you want from us? I want nothing but love. Nelis here loves me. She came to me herself.
Yes, he is right. We love each other.
Nelis, thank God you are all right.
Mark, why don't you leave us alone? She doesn't want to be with you. She chose me.
Mark, please forget me. Move on with your life. I am happy here with Karun.
He's forcing you to say this. Don't be afraid. He can't do anything to you. You're safe now.
I told you, he's an obsessive lover. We came here just to get away from him.
All right.
You're making a big mistake.
So, oops, way. All right, if I can get my weapon out. Okay. I think that's all there is here. So head back to the ship. And we'll go past one of those. May as well use the jetpack. We'll go past one of these ammo crates. Top up. I mean, there's a certain amount of ammo that you can carry. So there's no point getting too much. Once we're full, we're full. So we'll cruise on back to the ship. And now we've got to go back into space and meet up with some ships. Okay, so let's bring up our contracts, and we do have it still selected, so we'll set the route there. We're already in the system, so let's zero in on the system, and over here lock onto that.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And we'll cruise on over here. And a little bit of a space battle.
Weapons online.
There it is. The Nelis family must be in that ship. Don't damage it. If anything happens to the ship, it will also happen to the Nelis family.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Where's this fighter?
Target shields down. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
And there's a nice pilot level for us.
Shield recharging. Target shields. Target destroyed. Weapons overheat. Target shields down. Target destroyed. Weapons overheat.
Alright. Take care of this one.
Target destroyed.
Okay, that's enough. You're here for that vicious family, right? I will send them to you with cause. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, these pods I'm picking up here are not the mission pods. But they are extra cash for us. And got some stuff here to collect as well. Well, maybe not. Alright, so this is actually a booby trap. If we can get close to it.
We're still in one piece. Let's just get away from here.
Are you still alive, you lucky bastard? Well, let's call it a draw. See you again.
We need to repair that ship. Let's dock a station.
Okay. So we need to dock. I'm going to go to the space market.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
We'll cruise on over there. We'll sell our prisoners that we just picked up.
Every station has a free repair service. You need to dock the station for the ship to be repaired.
Yeah, ship doesn't really look in that bad condition, really.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, we'll hop out here. Sell these guys. Oops. Okay. Let's just grab a couple of pod catchers and replenish them. The rest in the bank there. Okay. Let's spend our point. Alright, so I think same again, we'll go for extra damage. I think extra damage is good. Yep, we'll get that. And I think I'm just going to keep going with that set of skills. Whoops, didn't mean to get out. Alright, let's take off.
Landing gear retracted.
And let's see. Is she in the same system still? Yep. Okay. So zero in, show the system, find the pink marker. So that was kind of like a dummy run. Actually our shields do need a bit of charging. So let's have a look here. Let's put Drane in there for a minute. And put all of our energy into our shields.
Weapons online.
And I'm just going to wait for our shields to charge up. Almost there. Okay, that should do it. So we'll put Molyax up in there. Let's adjust our power for another fight.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Nelis said that her family was being held in the cargo section. If we get in somehow, we can get them out.
Even if we manage to get inside, I don't think they have spacewalking suits. How do we get it on our ship?
Okay, so we can tie the pods with ropes and attach them to the ship.
As you wish. I can't say I like your courage. Summarizing made the plan more complicated. Let's improvise a little.
Okay.
Weapons online.
So we've got to take out the fighters first.
Shield recharging. Target shield destroyed. Target destroyed.
Let's take care of this one.
Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Alright. Is that it?
Let's infiltrate the cargo area of the ship.
Let's grab this pod. And let's have a quick look if there's any more. That's the one we're already getting. You know what? I'm gonna take Moliax out of there because he is firing at that ship. Let's hop out here. That'll do. Find our way up here. And over to these pods here.
Great. Now come back here.
And that's all done. So back into our ship. We can find the way out. Down this way.
Now let's attach that rope to our ship. We did it! Damn you bastard!
Now let's kill that creature.
Alright. Let's go back to our crew. Put Moliax back in there.
Target destroyed.
Well.
Creature, burn.
Oh, where are we?
Okay. So now we just need to go to
Is she safe? Is she got rid of that Karun?
another station, so we'll go back to the market.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for saving us.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
World Resistance Army. If we don't join the man who saved us, there will be others like him. We must stop them.
I have to say, you did a great job there. You earned my respect.
All right.
Landing gear deployed.
Sir, I can't thank you enough. As promised, me and 5 of my friends are joining Ra, and we do this not because we have to, but because we believe in you. We are now your loyal soldiers.
Okay. So what that means is now
Open the faction interface from the top menu.
if we go in here,
This is the management hierarchy. There are commanders under you, and squads under commanders. In the panel you see below, there are the population details. Currently, there are 6 members in your organization. However, they were not appointed to any position. First, recruit 5 members into the army. All you have to do is press the Add to Army button.
okay. So we just need to click here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Our military has 2 commands, Space Forces and Land Forces. Since our Land Forces command has not yet been established, we can make appointments to the Space Forces section. Now create your first squad. For this, we need a squad leader. First, drag and drop a member into one of the empty boxes above. Now add the soldiers to this squad by drag and drop soldiers waiting to be assigned. Our first squad is ready as a full roster. Now click on the squad leader's portrait to enter its details. In this panel, you can get detailed information about the member. You can also give tasks from the Give Orders section. It is good for the squads to do freelance missions, both economically and in terms of gaining experience. In the future, when your army grows, you can assign different missions to different squads. Finally, a tip. You have to pay soldiers so they cost money, but regular members pay taxes so they make you money. Therefore, do not recruit soldiers unless you need them.
Okay. So we're just going to hit the Give Order button there, and they are going to go out and do freelance missions, which will level them up and make a little bit of money and stuff like that. So if we go back to our faction now, so that left us with one member. If we add them to the army, we have to pay upkeep for them. While they are just a member, I believe they actually count towards making money. See, so we get tax and that from citizens. So I'm not sure if they count towards our citizens or not. But anyway, now if we go in here, we have a lot more mail. And later on we will be able to send our squads to go out and deal with some of these. But these are all just going to be more generic ones. And this is how we get our people up. So that one's going to give us 11. Alright, so I think this is a space battle, but it's going to give us soldier experience. Alright, so let's do that. We will set our route on that one. Let's just hop out and offload our prisoners and restock. Okay. Pick up a couple of extra podcatchers. And see, these do keep increasing in price as you level up. So it is a good idea to stock up on them early in the game. Let's hop in here. Make sure we replenish the ones that we used. Well, it was only one. Doesn't matter. We'll pop the rest in the bank. Okay. So let's take off. Whoops. The wrong button. Didn't mean to get out of the ship. Let's hold down R to take off.
Landing gear retracted.
And actually we do have another skill point to use up in Explorer this time. Okay, so let's go that one. Get the additional rare items. And I guess we'll go this way. Try and get another point in increasing our warp speed. Okay, so back to our contracts. Got this one flagged here. Our route is already set, I believe, so
Warp drive online.
let's just cruise on through
Calibration module
to the
activated.
Stargate.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright, so from now on all the mail missions will just be generic missions. Let's hit Control H.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process.
And we'll get ourselves lined up.
Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you. You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. Let's bring up our map. Zoom into the system. There's our target there. So yeah, this is going to be a space battle. But it's going to give us soldier experience, which is okay. So we'll get a bit of both.
Waiting for the thruster input. Weapons under shield recharging. Target destroyed. Overheat. Target shields down.
All right.
Weapons overheat. Target shields down. Target shield destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay. Few more.
Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Got a few pods to pick up. Unfortunately, we can only carry 4. But
Target destroyed down.
all right. Believe that's it. Okay, so we'll use our stabilizer. Pick up these pods here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's also some cargo to pick up. And looks like all the cargo got disintegrated. So I don't know if that's a bug. I think maybe we might be better off just doing them individually. Alright. So let's go back. Well, we're in a different system now, but we do have a space market, so we'll head on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Whoops. Okay.
Landing gear deployed.
So I'll drop off these prisoners. And then we'll go back and sort out our faction. Let's just restock on our podcatchers over here. Pop these in. And a spare one in the bank. Okay. So, now we've got 12 here. These guys have started to level up a little bit. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pop them in here. We can also put these guys up here. So Alpha Squad, we can have 4 squadrons that fly around next to us. And Nova Squad is ground troops, which we don't quite have opened yet. So, actually some of these guys have already got some levels. I'll put that one in there. Well, doesn't really matter, I suppose. So your squads are only as good as the lowest level one in the whole squad. So let's pop these ones in here. Make sure these guys are also set to be doing freelance missions. And they'll start leveling up as well. Now. We have reports. Yes. So see, these here, we've got reports of our first team that have been doing freelance missions. So they got a little bit of money, bit of experience. So they've done a couple. Okay, none completed there, but here. So I'm not sure where this none completed thing is. Not too sure about that. But anyway, this here, we are earning money for the faction, as well as experience for our soldiers. Training was never really a thing before. So normally we just, the last time I played, or did a playthrough, we just trained them by actually sending them on missions. So let's have a look. Let's go back to the members. Just back to our main overview. There we go. Just add one of these. See if we can put them in here. Okay, so that does cost whatever this is. Power, I guess. Okay, and we can train them in whatever we prefer. Just going to leave them in soldier for now. Let me see. Alright. But we don't really need to do any of that. We can just train them up by sending them on missions.
Landing gear retracted.
Which is going to help make us money as well, instead of costing us money. Okay, so back to the mail. Let's have a look at these. Should probably take out the lower level ones first. Or do we save them? So this is where we can assign our squads to them. But we don't have any that are high enough level for that. Maybe I'll leave some of the lower level ones for our squads. Alright. Okay, let's do this one. Back to our contracts. Set our route there.
Warp drive online.
Lock on.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Okay.
Please approach to the jump point to start. Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you.
Now get ourselves lined up and cruise on through.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alright, bring the map back up. Zoom in, lock onto our target.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And ready for another space battle.
Weapons online. Shield recharging. Target shield, target destroyed. Overheat.
Okay.
Target shield down. Weapons, target destroyed. Target shield down. Target destroyed.
Alright. Is that the last one?
Target shield overheat.
Maybe not.
Target destroyed.
Alright, one more.
Weapons overheat.
Maybe there's a few more, but they don't seem to be showing up. That's all. Okay. Alright, let's put put Drane back in there for a moment to recharge our shields. Think there was any pods around? Yeah, there's one over there. Let's just have a bit of a scout and see if there's any more. I don't know if that's the one we already picked up or not. It is. Alright, so it does look like only the one. Alright, let's do these individually. Seeing as they seem to be disintegrating when we try to combine them. And we'll just wait for our little probes to come back. Still have one out there. Okay. Let's zoom back in on the system and do our usual space market drop off.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Okay.
Landing gear deployed.
And back down here. So there are other stations that we could drop these guys off, but this sort of seems, these space markets seem to be sort of one of the most convenient. You don't have to navigate around inside. Yep, we can sell all that. Let's get some more pod catchers. Did I not buy pod catchers? Alright, doesn't matter. Got some in the bank here. Let's take those out. Replenish the ones we used. Pop them back in. And we should be good to go. Let's have a quick look here. Alright, so can we take her out of training? Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop these guys in here. And make sure these guys are set up to do freelance tasks. Let's go back to reports. So, yep, all these guys are now doing freelance missions, earning money, earning experience, and leveling up. So we'll let them level up a bit more before we go on to the next sort of story mission. But I'm going to take a quick break for a minute or two, so I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get back to it. Alright, so we can do more of these. We may as well. Let's see. I suppose this one will do. Okay. Into our contracts. Set our route for that.
Landing gear retracted. Warp drive online.
And cruise on over through the Stargate.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process.
Alright. Line ourselves up here.
Please proceed through the gate on the right research.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Open up the map.
Welcome back to Sonak Radio, the heartbeat of the stars. Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate, mining in the Tamaran system, or hiding out in the dark of the Kaiden system, we've got the tunes to keep you company.
Calibration module activated.
Relax and let the galaxy's rhythm
Calibration
take you away.
completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Your guide through the stars.
So basically,
Shield recharging.
I'm just doing these missions to kill a bit of time while our soldiers level up. Because that one's a bit tough. Let's send out our hologram.
Shields are offline.
Let's use one of our shield boosters.
Weapons overheat. Shield recharging. Weapons overheat.
Alright, so these guys have a bit of absorption.
Weapons overheat.
Let's try the railgun. Let's use another shield booster there.
Shield recharging. Target shields down. Weapons overheat.
Alright. Did we have Molyax back in here? Right. Let's get him in there doing some damage. And let's use another shield booster there. Alright, so I've got to use the rail.
Shields are offline.
These guys are putting up a bit of resistance to our burst.
Shield recharges down.
Okay. Now we've got his shields down, we should be able to take care of him.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
Alright. Oops, lost a few frames there.
Shield recharging. Shields are offline. Target shields down.
Alright, that's our last shield booster.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
Alright, we've still got a few to go. Maybe we should have checked the level of this mission before we started it. All right. Does look like our holographic mirror is keeping them occupied. So might just sit here for a minute while our shields charge up. Let's see if we can zero in on one. Alright, and this one's absorbing the rail as well.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
Alright, that's one.
Target destroyed.
It's two. Alright. It's a drone. Should be able to...
Weapons overheat.
Even the drone is absorbing it. Not all of it though.
Weapons only recharging.
Alright. It's not absorbing all of it, but it's absorbing a fair bit of it. Okay.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
Alright. So we've still got a few. Let's take care of this one. It's just a drone. Alright. Bit closer to it so we can lock in. That's better.
Shield recharging. Target shields down.
Okay.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
All right. Take care of this one.
Shield recharging. Target shields down.
Good. Switch our weapons over.
Weapons online.
What's going on here? That's better.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
Alright, are we done? There is still a drone floating around.
Target destroyed. Weapons overheat.
Haze of Stargate, mining in the Tamaran system, or hiding out in the dark of the Kaiden system, we've got the tunes to keep you company. Sit back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away. Sonak Radio, your guide through the stars.
Okay.
Your guide through the stars.
So there is a pod there, we'll grab that. There's another one there.
Sonak Radio.
Try and center it.
Listen, I tried to use the fast travel machine in the station the other day.
Any more?
It didn't end well?
Not at all. I got zapped so hard, I'm pretty sure I
Okay.
saw stars that weren't even on the map. My arm is still sore, I swear.
Don't know if that's the
you got
one that
shocked by a fast travel machine?
we've
How
already
does that
got.
even happen?
I don't really know.
Yep.
All I did was press a button. Next thing I know, it's like
All
I
right.
stuck my hand in this thing. Now I can't even do freelance jobs because my arm's messed up, and to top it off, I'm broke.
So what now? You're asking for donations or something?
Honestly? Yeah. Hey, if any listeners want to spare some creds, I'd be eternally grateful. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start hunting creatures just to eat their meat to survive. It's bad out here, man.
So we'll grab this cargo. We'll need to wait for some of our probes to come back.
Sonak Radio.
Okay. So that's a little bit slower than combining, but the last few times I've been trying to combine them, they've just been disintegrating. Alright, so I think we will keep going in this direction towards more damage. And over here, we put points into there so that we can level up our warp speed.
Sonak Radio.
Look, Brian, I heard this.
Let's have a look over here.
In the diode system. Figured I could use a loyal space pup.
Alright, so these guys are starting to level up a little bit.
So I land on Woodfall, thinking I'll find one.
Cosmic dog.
Oh, we can actually add another one, so let's do that.
Yeah, well, turns out no cosmic dogs. Just this giant abandoned junkyard. Salvage yard of Humblestone.
Pop you in there.
Maybe there's something up there. So I climbed to the top. Huge mistake.
So, you went from searching for a dog to standing on a pile of rusted metal, staring at dirt? Waste of time.
Exactly. No dog, no humans, just endless brown wasteland. I even called out like, "Here, boy, here." And you know what I found? Nothing.
It would be good if you could just find a sweet puppy, though. I would be happy to give it a cozy home.
I know, right? Also, by the end, I was talking to a scrap of metal I named Buddy. Figured I wasn't leaving with a dog, so might as well make a friend out of junk.
Aha! Then next time, stick to looking for space cats. They'll probably find you first, though.
Warp drive online.
Alright, so let's head over to the space market, if there is one.
Sonak Radio.
There's not one on this system. Let's turn that off for a minute and have another look. Oh, there is one. Okay. So drop off our captives.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And we should probably replenish our shield boosters as well.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay. Over to the... whoops. To the security terminal. Let's just go on foot. Drop these guys off. And pick up some supplies over here. We can sell some stuff too. Yeah, let's sell all that. Restock our pod catchers. See, getting more and more expensive each time we level up. And shield boosters, we used a few that time, so stock up on those as well. As they also increase in price as we level up. Let's take those out.
Oh, man, every time
the shield boosters in there.
Quieter, there's some motherships showing up in the Zeon system. It's like they never give us a break.
I know. Tell me about it. Mortha one day, Falrin the next. These guys are just sick. Honestly, between them and dodging asteroids and, I don't know, God knows which system, I barely have time to breathe.
And don't forget about those pirates over at Lion Station. Can't even grab a drink without keeping one eye on the door.
Just a normal day in the galaxy, right? But hey, we've survived this long. Guess that says something.
Sure does. Keeps life exciting, I guess.
Calibration module activated.
Okay.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Sonak Radio.
Let's just kill that radio for a minute. Alright, so we are starting to build up our army. Got a few guys doing missions and gaining levels. Cruise through here.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate to
Try and get this lined up. So when I first started playing this, I used to
You reach the waypoint of
I used to muck up
Please wait for your ship to be scanned.
that whole thing in the Stargate so many times just by going outside the line.
System has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Bring up our map. Zero in on our location. Show the system. Alright, there's our target. Let's just check our crew. Pop Molyax back up there.
Calibration module activated.
And then once
Completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
once our guys have leveled up a little bit, then we'll move on to the more strategic space battles, where we start destroying stations and taking over systems.
Target destroyed.
Alright.
Target destroyed. Weapons overheat.
These guys are going down a bit easier than the last lot.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Alright, one more. Where is he? There we go.
Target destroyed.
Okay. There are some pods, so we'll use our stabilizer. Pick that one up. Do a bit of a circle around and see if there's any more. That one. That's the one we already got. Okay. Don't know if we got that one. I think we did. Alright. We'll try combine all again and see if it disintegrates everything. It actually worked that time. Send out our probe. Okay. We did level up again. Couple more points in there. We need one more to level up our skills. Let's have a look over here. So these guys are they are leveling up as they're doing missions. They're earning a bit of money as well. So I don't know. It used to be somewhere where it gave you sort of a rundown on all of the expenses. So I mean, I guess we're probably got more expenses than what money these guys are making at the moment. But that's okay. Let's zoom back in to the system that we're in. Back on over to Space Market.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
So I'll drop off these captives, and I suppose maybe we can look at the next story mission.
Landing gear deployed.
Do a wonky landing. Okay. We could probably upgrade our ship again too. Seeing as we have gained a couple of levels. Yep, sell all of that. Stock up on our podcatchers. Maybe I'll grab a few extra shield boosters as well while I'm here. Okay. Whoops. Let's just make sure we pop those in. And And the rest can go with our stash in the bank. Okay, let's have a look. Actually, before we do that, let's just find a capital system. This one will do. So we'll upgrade our ship. And then maybe we'll go do a bit of shopping.
Warp drive online.
For some upgraded gear.
Module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Let's control H.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you. Destination reached.
Okay. Let's have a look at the map here. Should be a faction hangar. There we go. So we'll cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And we'll cruise in down the bottom in here onto that landing pad.
Landing gear deployed.
We'll hop out. Cross to this terminal here. Alright, couple of levels up. Okay, so now I think I might visit some of the guilds and we'll see if we can find any upgraded gear. So, alright, we'll take off first.
Landing gear retracted.
So let's have a look. 1037 for our freelancers. Set our route there.
Warp drive online.
And cruise on through.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Please approach to the jump point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you. Destination reached.
Okay. So the system, go to the Freelancers Guild there. Whoops, I just unselected it. So make sure we're locked on there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Let's see if these guys have got anything better for our ship than what we've already got.
Landing gear deployed. Landing gear retracted.
Oops,
Landing gear
there we go.
deployed.
So we've still got a black loading screen here. Alright, let's run through here. Let's have a look here. Let's hide all of those. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit better than our current one. That one's a bit better too. What about this one? This one over here. Alright, I think we'll take that one. And that one. And what about the rails? Alright. That one's not really that much better. Nor that one. A little bit. Yeah. Not really that much better than what we've got. Okay. That's a bit of a dodgy camera angle there. Let's see if we can do that again so we can actually see the screen. Alright, so that one we want to put in first. Because the bonuses on them only apply to the first one of the same type.
They may be more expensive than yesterday, but not cheaper than tomorrow. So don't delay if you need it.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so we'll sell these two. Let's just cancel that and double check. Yep, sell those.
Regulations. Urge the Board of Directors Office at number 101. Legal action will be taken for any mispayment.
Okay. So our next stop will be the Mercenary Guild. K12, I think we were just there, weren't we? Yep. So let's just... Alright, well, let's take off first to start with.
Landing gear retracted.
And let's set our route there.
Warp drive online.
And we'll cruise on through.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
So by the time we've upgraded our gear, then I think our guys should be leveled up a little bit and ready to take on a battle.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate on the path reserved for you. Destination reached.
Okay. Let's have a look here. The Mercenary Guild over here. Let's cruise on over to there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. Alright, so I'll hop in here. See if these guys have got anything decent for us. So cruise on through here. Let's just go hide all.
Our guild needs more members than ever before.
I'm not going to worry about the pistols. We hardly ever use it. Alright. And I prefer the assault rifles. Let's have a look. Alright. So this is going to compare it to both our assault rifle and our sniper rifle. It's not really much better than the one we've got. That one's actually worse than the one we've got. That one's a little bit better.
New legendary items have arrived in the guild market. There is only one legendary item.
Alright, we'll take that one.
Please do not complain about prices.
Let's have a look at the snipers.
But much cheaper than tomorrow. So don't delay if you need it.
Alright, guess we'll take that one. Have a look at the armor. Not that much better than what we've got. So that one gives quite a bit of extra hit points. Not really. Not that much more. I don't know that it's really worth that until we level up again. Probably the same with the melee. I mean, we don't really use it that often. Oh, we'll hold off on that. Let's equip these though. So the assault rifle, the sniper, and we'll sell these two that we just took off. Let's get a little bit of our money back.
Please make sure you read the guild rules carefully before taking actions for our guild. Any action that will damage the guild's reputation will be punished.
Okay, so our next stop is going to be the Bounty Hunters Guild. 1022. Let's just take off.
Landing gear retracted.
1022. Just next door. Hey.
Warp drive online.
So I'll cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
See if there's any upgraded components for our ship, and then we'll take another look at how our faction guys are doing. Almost missed that one.
Destination reached. Warp drive online. Warp drive offline.
offline.
Okay. Bounty Hunters Guild. Cruise on over to there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
See what these guys have got.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay. And it's a black loading screen. Okay. Let me see. Alright, let's go hide all. Alright, so what have we currently got? Yeah, I guess that one's a bit of an improvement. Let me just have a look. Damage bonus for all weapon types. Beam damage, yeah, we don't really use beams, so that one has pulsar lasers. We're not using pulsar lasers. Alright, I think we'll keep the one we've got for now. Let's move on.
Our guild needs more members than ever before. Remember, we have no one but us.
Okay. I mean, I think the main thing we're going to be getting out of this upgrade is some of the skill boosts there. Don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's a little extra. We'll take that one. Let's have a look at the hulls. And these ones aren't really that much of an improvement. Tiny bit, maybe. Pretty comparable, really. Let's have a look at the shields. I think that one's probably almost worse. No point getting any that have bonuses to weapons that we don't use. Alright. Power systems.
Members higher than rank 2, new legendary items have arrived in the guild market. Remember, there is only one legendary item in the galaxy. And
Let's see.
please do not complain about prices. They may be more expensive than yesterday, but much cheaper than tomorrow. So don't delay if you need it.
Well, that one's a little bit of an improvement. Maybe we'll grab that. Let's try for the weapon systems. Every successful hit on a target. Alright, so every successful hit is different to a successful critical hit. critical hit's a lot harder to get. But that has bonuses for beam damage, so I'm not going to waste my money on it. This one. That one there might be worth it. Take that one. Aim components. Geez, why is there a rare in there?
To the attention of all members, please make sure you read the guild rules carefully before
Let's have a look
taking
here.
actions for our guild. Any action that will damage the guild's reputation will be punished first under the criminal law.
Yeah, I don't think they're really going to be worth it. I don't have any engines. Nope. Scan system's no good on this ship. We do have cargo though. The main thing that I look at for cargo on a fighter is just the warp speed, and that one would actually be going backwards, so we're not going to worry about those either. So we got a couple of bits: offensive, power, and weapons. And of course they don't have a services panel indoors here, so go back out to the ship itself. Alright, what I'm going to do to make things easier, let's shove those in the bank. So it was offensive, power, and weapons. So power, weapon system, and the offensive, take those off, and we'll hop out. We'll go sell those. So sometimes it can be confusing when you're taking components off and trying to put the new ones on. You end up putting the old ones back on. So by separating them out, we'll go sell them off before we equip the new stuff. Yep, we can just sell all that. And we can grab our new stuff back out of the bank and put it on. Grab them out of the bank. Components management. Now we can just put them straight on. And we're all set to go. Okay. So, we have a look. Yep, these guys are up to level 15. 13 along here. 10 and 12 here. And these guys are getting up there a little bit. Alright. But I think I might take a quick break for a couple of minutes. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so these guys are starting to get a few levels up. So we might, let's go back to our story missions. So we've got to return to our headquarters. So let's track that. And we'll take off.
Landing gear retracted. Warp drive online.
And cruise on over to the Stargate.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
So we'll cruise on back there. I think we're probably going to have another meeting there. And then we'll get tutorial ninja'd a bit. Hit Control H here.
System to jump. Please select a system via Space Atlas.
Do we not set the route? Let's see. Tracking it. Set the route. Okay.
Please approach to the jump point to start.
There we go.
Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you.
You reach the waypoint of your route.
And we've got a couple of jumps to go. Up here shows you the systems you're going to pass through.
The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. You reach the waypoint of your route.
One more.
Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. Let's bring up the map. Let's zero in on our location. Show the system. And we need to go to Wer'an, which is over here. Oops. Let's lock on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright. We'll wait for our warp drive to cool down a bit there. Hit B again. There's our headquarters. Lock onto that.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Break through the atmosphere. Okay. Cruise on down here. Then we'll hop out. And in here. All right. Let's get this started.
Before we start the meeting, we need to decide on something.
We have captured a lot of prisoners in recent battles, but we don't know what to do with them. Our organization needs to decide on a policy in this regard.
I think holding captives is dangerous and bad for the reputation of our organization. We should show our enemies that we are more compassionate than they are. Let's return these prisoners to their homes and families. If we follow this policy for a while, our enemies will show us the same treatment. This strengthens our hand in the long run.
The most ridiculous thing I've heard lately. If we release the prisoners, they will appear again with new equipment. And this time, they will be more courageous. After all, they make sure that nothing will happen to them when they surrender. Let's be realistic. Money is what keeps an organization afloat. If we run out of money, these loyal soldiers of yours will stab you in the back. If you want to try, raise military taxes. See what happens. There are two jobs that make the most money: drug and slave trade. If we enslave these captives and sell them in the slave market and distribute this money to our own soldiers, we will both make our soldiers happy and gain more soldiers in long term.
How sick you are!
I think the most logical thing to do is to proceed with military methods. Let's keep our prisoners as bargaining chips. The way we treat the prisoners of the enemy, the same way they treat our captive soldiers. Let's make a suitable prison for them and use it as a bargaining chip in diplomatic deals.
So, the last word is yours. Which way do you think we should go?
Okay, so whenever you have these meetings, Drane is always towards the border or good. Justice is like in the middle, it's neutral. That would be Anchor, and Moliax is chaos, evil. Now we did have in the first go of this particular stream that I did previously, we did put up a vote and everybody voted to go for order. So we're going to do that. We are currently under justice, but we're going to take all the order.
Good call. Our behavior in this way
All the
will
order
upset the
choices for
balance of
now.
the galaxy.
I don't believe this. Really?
I think you're making a mistake, but the choice is yours.
Now that we have decided on this, we can return to our main topic.
There is a station named Integration Center in the Heseed system. In the galaxy, it is referred to as the place of human integration station. And that system ruled by House Surrogate.
House Surrogate was the weakest family in the galaxy. During the Aprana leadership, they rose using humans. After Aprana's death, his stepdaughter Sura Surrogate took the throne, and I know Sura. She's a complete idiot. I think they are the family that should be wiped out first from the galaxy.
I agree.
We need to conquer and destroy that station.
In this way, we can ensure that the galaxy can hear us, and that the Earthlings can trust us.
Before proceeding, I must add that our soldiers are not experienced yet. Entering this battle directly can cause a lot of casualties. I advise you to let your soldier do some freelance missions until they gain combat experience.
That's what we've been doing.
It would be wise to let our pilots gain some experience. In the meantime, you can upgrade your ship and weapons. As far as I can see, your ship still has mediocre equipment.
However,
Don't think you've looked at my
this
ship
does not
properly.
prevent us from determining our strategy.
By the way, I've been telling you for a while that I'm not feeling well. Recently, this situation has started to deteriorate. I'm working on a solution, but it wouldn't make sense for me to join you in this battle.
So now she says that. However, she still comes with us. So I'm not sure if that's something that the dev just hasn't got around to yet. But anyway.
I'm not sure about what is wrong, but my body sometimes gives incomplete or incorrect response to my commands. I don't want to mess things up in such an important battle.
That's enough drama. Can we get back to our main topic now?
Okay. Let's open that interface.
Alrighty. So now we're going to be tutorial ninja. And we need to go to operations over here. Let's just have a quick look at what we've got here. So these guys are only going to be as good as the lowest level member that they've got. So in this case, 15, 11 and 12, these guys are all going to be pretty much 9s. These guys are going to be 13s. These guys will be fine. There's a 17 there, but these guys are all going to be 16. And they'll all be 17s, but that should be plenty good for this first battle. Alright, so go to the operations.
Select set operation target. Now find House Saragon in the list and click it.
So we'll scroll down here.
Now find and select integration station.
Integration station. That one there.
Set this station as the operation location. Good, we set our attack target. Now we need to set tactics. So click the Open Tactical Map button. Now, add all 4 squads to the battle. Just click on the squad boxes. Then, press the Infiltration Phase button.
Hey Sean, how you doing? Alright, so we add these guys in here.
Now, add all 4 squads to the battle.
Yep.
Just click on the squad boxes. Then, press the Infiltration Phase button.
So we are tutorial ninja. We can't set our own tactics on this
stage
I
is where we
believe.
determine the soldiers we will deploy to capture the station. However, since our only objective in this operation is to destroy the station, we can skip this stage by pressing the Execute button. Now, add all 4 squads to the battle. Just click on the squad boxes. Then, press the Infiltration Phase button. This stage is where we determine the soldiers we will deploy to capture the station. However, since our only objective in this operation is to destroy the here, we define the objective of the operation. We need to use ground forces for plunder and capture, so by selecting Destroy, you can execute the destroy operation.
Alright.
When you're ready, you can press the Execute button to send your soldiers to the target star system.
So I believe we are locked in this first mission, and we can't set our own tactics. So I guess we'll just go ahead. Alright. So now we've got to go meet up with all those guys. We can find the exit. Let's cruise on up here. And back to our ship. And cruise on up back out into space. Alrighty. So let's bring up our contracts again. Now both of these go to the same spot. So we should be able to set the route on either one of those.
Warp drive online.
And head for the Stargate.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And we can see how many jumps away that is up here. The systems that we're going to pass through. So we'll hit Control H here to request permission through the gate. And cruise on through.
You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. You reached the waypoint of your
and
route.
one more jump.
Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. So now we need to go and meet up with our guys. And they are waiting. So there's the station that we're about to attack. But we need to rendezvous over here. If we can find it. There we go. Lock on there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Now I just realised our hull has a bit of damage, so maybe we should go sit on a station for a minute and get some repairs. Let's just hop over to the space market. These guys should wait for us.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Cruise over here. And duck in here.
Landing gear deployed.
And yep, there's little drones there doing some repairs to our ship. Looks like we're at full health.
Landing gear retracted.
Alrighty, so let's head back over here.
Warp drive offline.
Whoops.
Warp drive online.
Well,
Calibration module activated.
does say we can warp straight to the station.
Waiting for the thruster input.
But sometimes that can be a bit buggy, so we may as well do it from here. See all these guys in green? They're our squads. These guys. That's these guys here. Alright.
Warp drive online.
So, integration station. Alright, let's select it on the map. It's a bit easier. It's right there. Make sure we've got the station selected and not the planet. This is a planet right under it.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Let's just check our crew. Alright, we've got Moliax in there. And you'll see that Drane is still with us, even though she's not supposed to be coming with us on this mission.
You can switch to command mode by pressing the tactical key. To select your soldiers, hold down the left mouse button and then use the right mouse button to send them to a target.
Alright.
During the battle, the warp engine is disabled, but you can use the battle engine for fast travel. To activate it, you need to hold down the warp drive key.
So I'm not going to worry too much about most of that. I think we can take care of most of these guys on our own. I think we'll take down the shields first. Whoops. We want to cruise on over there. I'll just take out the enemies that are around here. They're pretty low level.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay. There are 2 more here.
Target destroyed. Recharging.
This one.
Target destroyed.
So once we gain like proper control of setting up our attacks and we can take over stations instead of just destroying them, then we'll use the other squad members a bit more. Alright. So, if you have a look here, this is where I'm at. These are our guys down here, they're sitting out the way. There's one in green, that's me. And 0 orange, and this line here is slowly going across. Just as I spend time here. Once that goes fully blue, then that means these guys are no longer controlling this particular station in this battle. Losing a few frames there. So we're just going to wait for that line to come across, and we should be able to bring these guys over. Left control.
During the battle, the warp engine is disabled,
it's not
but you
that.
can use the battle engine for fast travel. To activate it, you need to hold down the warp drive key.
Alright, so we should be able to select these guys and send them over here. But they don't seem to want to do anything. Don't know if they're going or not. Oh yeah, that guy is. Alright. So these guys will defend this station and speed up how long that takes us. Okay. But I mean, these guys are so low level it doesn't really matter. I think next we will probably take out the maybe the drone station, if I can find it. Over there. So I'll hold down our B key. Oops, didn't hold it down long enough. And we'll take out these guys.
Target destroyed.
destroyed.
Alright. So we've got one more round here. Oh, two, actually.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Alright. So I guess we'll bring over some more of these guys. Let's see. Okay, so these ones. They coming? Can't see them. Yeah, they're moving across. Maybe. One of them's not. Alright, well, doesn't really matter at this stage. So I could leave these guys here and go to the next one. Actually, this guy is under attack, so there are a couple of drones out here. Let's take care of these drones. So they are not really counting as the enemies, like in the possession. But they are still defending it.
Target shields are down. Target destroyed. Down.
Okay. Don't know if close enough for that one. Yep, just.
Target destroyed. Down.
Alright. So now this should start. This should start going green. A bit easier. And I think if we leave our guys there, the two that I just sent there, they will ensure that it does. So I might cruise on now over to the turret there. And we'll take care of these guys. So these battles do get much more difficult. It's just, I spent a bit of time leveling up and getting really good gear and a really good ship before even starting any of the story missions. So that's why these guys are going down really easily. Okay, there's one more around here somewhere. No, there's not. Okay. Alright. Well, these guys... Let's have a look at where we are. So these guys can come over to where I am. See if I can get a better view on that. Alright. So they should keep that green. Alright. Now, did see a pod, so we may as well grab it. It's all money. And we should probably take the cargo as well. Can't select it. Okay. Wait for our little drone to come back. Alright. Let's take out maybe the headquarters over there. So hold down B over there. Hey, Papa Wolf, how you doing? Good, mate. It's almost 4 AM here. So a late night stream for me, or early morning stream for me. Alright, take out these guys. And another one here. Another one over here. Let's lock onto him.
Target shields are down.
Yeah. I'll probably maybe another hour or so and I'll be looking at getting ready to go to bed myself. But sort of the only time I can stream is when I am up all night.
Target destroyed.
Which can be more often than not sometimes. Okay, I think this is the last guy here. If I can get to him. Alright. That's all of them here. We have another pod to pick up here, so we'll grab that. If we can get a fix on it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, these are the bursts. They are my favourites. Let me see, we've got some cargo here to pick up as well. Scan that. Send a probe off there to pick that up. This one as well. So, I don't know why select all is not working, but anyway. Wait for these little guys to bring our stuff back. Let's send some of these guys over. So where are we? We are where are we? On the station right there. Okay. So if we click on this guy, should be able to send them over here. No, doesn't want to go. What about you? All right, these guys don't seem to be... Ah, he's moving. All right. I do remember these tactical moves being a little bit different last time I played it, but I'm a bit rusty on the whole thing. It's much better when you can set it up before the mission. Alright, so we've got the... yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for watching. It's always good when you watch from bed, because if you fall asleep, leaves the stream going. It's extra watch time for me. I don't mind if you're actually watching it or not. Okay, so over here, soldiers. I mean, I'd prefer if people were watching, but the extra watch time does help. So, I can't watch too many streams when I'm in bed though, because the missus doesn't really like it that much when I wake her up with zombie noises and lasers blasting and stuff.
Weapons overheat. Target shield. Target destroyed. Shield recharging. Target destroyed.
And losing a few frames there. Alrighty. Where are these guys? Okay, they're a little distance out. Let's get that one. Let's take out that guy.
Weapons overheat.
Not close enough.
Target destroyed.
Let's take care of him. And this one. I mean, to be fair, I think we're at least 15 or more levels above these guys, so...
Target destroyed.
So it's not that difficult a battle. Got a few more pods that we can pick up.
Target destroyed.
Okay, so we've already got 2, so we can only fit 2 more. But we'll grab them anyway. It's all cash. So I'll grab this one. And can we lock onto that guy? We're too far away. Alright. There was some more. Okay, we should be able to get this one. Okay. So let's see. We are over here. So if we send these guys over there. Over here we want them. Don't know if these guys are actually going or not. This control view is a bit not that user friendly. Be good if you could just sort of drag him out. That would work better, I think. I can't actually see any of these guys moving across. What about you? Do you want to go over there? Guess not. Alright, well, we'll just sit here till it goes green. Shouldn't be too long. And then we can go for the middle station. I mean, it's not that important anyway because we're supposed to be destroying this station, and so those soldier barracks are not really much of a threat to us because we're not really getting out. Okay, final phase. So now we've got to find the main station in the middle there. There it is. Cruise on over there. Take care of these guys.
Shield recharging. Target destroyed down.
Let's take this guy, he's a bit closer.
Target destroyed down.
Alright. And this one.
Target destroyed down.
Okay. One more.
Target destroyed down.
There's still another one.
Target destroyed down.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if we... I don't know if we need to land or just wait for our guys to come and finish the job.
Landing gear deployed.
Well, I can't get out of my ship, so...
Landing gear retracted.
Alright. See if we can bring these guys over. These guys don't seem to want to move. Where is the station? Maybe they are moving, these guys here. They don't look to be moving though. Alright, but the line is going green, so I guess we just wait it out. In here, it's not showing a line. But I guess we'll just give it a few minutes. I don't think there's actually anything that we can target to blow it up. I think they set explosives on here when it's ready. But yeah, I'm unable to get out of my ship, so yes, all we can do is wait. See if we can get these guys. We'll have another go getting these guys over here. Send you over there. Yeah, they don't really seem to want to move. Alright, but our line is halfway across. So that's what we're waiting for. Once that goes fully green, I mean, the shield station is in the way of our view. but the line where the star is, that's where we're sitting. We're just waiting for that to go fully green. And all we can really do is wait. In the higher level, not so scripted battles of these, there will be like reinforcements coming along to defend it. But all we've got to do is hold this territory for a certain amount of time. Let's have a look. It is getting there. Alright. Well, there is some cargo we can pick up. So I guess we'll grab that while we're waiting. And shouldn't be too much longer.
We've placed the explosives at the station.
There we go.
Explode in 59 seconds. Everyone, exit the domain.
And there it blows. Okay. And personally, I prefer to capture the stations rather than destroy them. But as that is a tutorial ninja mission, we don't really have a choice. Let's go sell off our prisoners.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Come to the headquarters now. Drane's gone crazy. Everyone on the station. Me and Karun that barely escaped. We don't know what will happen if you don't come soon.
Landing gear deployed.
What the fuck was that?
I am not sure. I could only tell that Drane had gone mad, and that Cold and Alasia had managed to escape from there. We'd better go to HQ right away.
Alright. So that kicks off the next story mission. Let's hop down here. And drop these guys off. So they were pretty low level, so they're not really worth a great deal of money. But money's money. We'll replenish our pod catchers, losing a few frames there as I was running across. And yep, as we level up, these are continuing to get more and more expensive, along with all of the consumables. So let's just replenish those, and we'll put the spare one in the bank. I forgot to sell off this stuff, so let's just quickly do that. So that's just the loot that we picked up from the dropped cargo in the battles. Okay, now we can take off.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright. Let's have a look here. Yeah, these guys leveled up quite a bit from that battle though. Which means they will also be costing us more money. But they should also be doing higher level. Let's have a look at our reports. Yeah, they'll be doing higher level missions while we're not using them. So we spent 187k on soldier fees. Yeah, so our expenditure is still more than what they're bringing in. And it will be for a little while.
Warp drive online.
So we need to select our route here. So we're going back to headquarters.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And it's a few jumps. Control H to request permission through the jump gate. Line ourselves up.
Please proceed through the gate to a path reserved for you.
Okay. We can see our jumps up here.
Please wait for your ship to be scanned.
So we got a couple more systems.
Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. You reach the waypoint of your route.
One more.
Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. And mind you, all that whole time Drane was supposed to be back at headquarters. But she is quite clearly still on our ship.
Warp drive online.
We need to go to Etox. Or is it Wer'an? Let's bring up the map. Etox is the system. Wer'an is the planet, which is there. Now we can lock onto it. Let's pop a bit of power into our engines.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alrighty. And there will be a bit more of a sort of a cutscene and some dialogue. Just wait for our warp drive to call so that we can activate it again. We'll press B.
Warp drive online.
There's our headquarters there.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright. With a shaky ride through the atmosphere. And right, got control of the ship again now. Cruise down here. And we'll hop out. Not going to bother trying to land it. And cruise inside. I'll try not to talk over the dialogue. Do have a black loading screen though.
I didn't. I didn't do that.
You said that already. Now explain what happened here.
I told you. I told you I feel like I'm not alone in this body.
Yes, robot. Come on. Take a deep breath.
We were talking here about new revolutions with civilians. Someone made a recommendation on building robot factories. Before he could even finish his sentence, my body took control and ripped his head from his body. Then, there were those who tried to stop me, and you see the result.
Alright. We'll go with 2.
You're right. Drane. Stop blaming yourself and find a way to work this out. Anyway, Commander, what matters is what we do now.
Let me see. I guess we'll go that one.
Really? Explaining this to everyone brings the organization irrevocably discredited.
It is hard to predict how the Earthlings will react to this, but it is the right thing to do.
In my opinion, bothering it up also puts us on the same level as our adversaries.
That's what leaders do. When necessary, you must sacrifice a battalion of soldiers for 2 boxes of ammunition. If you lack the courage to do so, go perform some trade ship protection job or anything.
So, I don't know if they actually matter much at this stage, but I do believe it is at least planned that these decisions do have an impact. Alright.
As you wish. I will deal with that.
Now let's find out how to fix that robot.
Alright, so I can ask for these people's advice. Maybe we'll go with Drane.
We need to find out what causes that. For that, first, we need to find where the body gets from.
What say you?
I don't know. Drane already had this body when you found me.
I remember him. His name was Smen, and he was at Sonak Station.
Let's get going there.
Sorry. I apologize to all of you for this disgusting situation I have caused. I will never forgive myself.
Alright. So I guess it's back to visit Smen. Let me see. Alright. So, get back to the ship. If I can find the entrance, the stairs up there. Okay. And our ship's over there. Alright. Cruise on up to the sky. Back out into space. And I am at the 3-hour mark, so I might take another quick break, check the fire, chuck a bit more water on it, grab myself another coffee, and I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, so back to it. Let's see. So we go to our contracts, set the route here. So we've got to go all the way back to the start where we started. So let's
drive online.
hit up the Stargate. Whoops, not that one.
Warp drive offline.
Let's try that again.
Warp drive online.
That's a bit better.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
So it's only a couple of jumps away.
Please approach
Control H.
jump process. Please proceed through the
Line ourselves up.
You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alrighty. Let's bring up the map. Zero in here. Show the system. Choose the station. Lock onto it. I'll cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And find the landing pad.
Landing gear deployed.
I don't know if we can land on this one. This is more of a big one for the motherships and stuff. Alright. I think we have to land on one of these little ones. Okay. If I can find the door over here. cruise on in there. And dropping a few frames there. Alright, so I think probably the easiest thing would be to use one of the fast travel things in here. There is a black loading screen. Alright, that guy over there is kind of like a random freelance mission. I'm going to ignore him for now. Well, he's right next to the fast travel thing. Let's see if I can activate that without activating him. Go to the marketplace. Alright. And Smen should be through here somewhere. There he is.
Hello, my friend. It's good to see you. What can I do for you?
Let's go with 2.
Anything for you. Just tell me what I can do.
My body operates independently of my brain. We must ascertain the origin of this skin.
This is impossible. This model was made by Mtech, and Mtech products are immune to such issues.
Okay, I'll go for number 3.
Look, I found it in a junkyard, but it doesn't help you. You need to go to an Mtech factory and follow the product history.
I don't believe most of these really matter which one you choose. Let me see. Let's go with 3 for that one.
The mind gives a command and the body executes this command. But I guess in your case, the body is misinterpreting the commands. So the brain says lift this box as if the body is throwing that box into the air. But in order to be sure, it's essential to know when and how the previous time-mind-body integration was done.
Okay. I'll go with number 2.
All over the galaxy, you can easily find them. But they may not help you. My brother is a manager at the Mtech factory. I will direct you to him. He will assist you. You can find it at the Mtech factory in the Alkeon system. I'll call him now and let him know you're coming.
Let's get going then.
Alright, we're just gonna go with thank you.
We're even now.
Alright. Back to our ship. Let's see. Should be one of those fast travel thingies around here somewhere. Went straight past it, there it is. Okay, back to the landing
I
pad.
understand that you're eager to move forward, but I'm not sure bringing in a new pilot is the answer.
Alrighty, I think this elevator should take us back. Yep. And losing a few frames there. Which way from here? Up here. This station does get a bit confusing at times. There's our ship there, so that'll do. Okay.
Landing gear retracted.
So now we need to go and find Smen's brother. Set the route there on that mission.
Warp drive online.
Grab the Stargate.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Control H.
Approach to the jump point to start jump
get ourselves lined up.
Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you. You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. And 3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. So we'll zero in on our system.
Sonak Radio.
And there's the target right there.
Welcome back to Sonak Radio, the heartbeat of the stars. Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate, mining in the Tamaran system, or hiding out in the dark of the Kaiden system, we've got the tunes to keep you company. Sit back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away. Sonak Radio, your guide through the stars.
Alright. I think we should be able to land here fine.
Landing gear deployed.
Welcome back again, children. Before we did.
Okay. Pop down this elevator here. And that is a black loading screen. Alright. Through here. Let's talk to this guy.
I was expecting you. Smen told me about your situation.
We'll just go option 1.
The androids produced in this factory are flawless, but the recipients can make changes on the codes of them. In such cases, the brain-body command system can be disrupted. My guess is that the previous owner of your friend's body programmed it out of factory settings.
Okay. Just go with option number 1 again.
I'm not sure. First of all, we need to find out what operations are done on it.
And option 1 again.
This is the worst case scenario. Coordinating the brain and body is hard, but if there are no other options, you can try this way. I can't find it, but I can show you how you can. Our jurisdiction is limited. Therefore, we cannot declassify private customer information. For this, you must go to the main server and log in via the console and follow the footprint of the product code.
Where can we find these servers?
This is the tricky part. The servers are heavily guarded that you can't even come close to 1 AU. But luckily one of our server providers was secretly sold to the Dakara group a while ago and is still active. If you go to the Dakara hideout, only a few Dakara members will try to stop you. System security cannot interfere with this. When the area is cleared, you get off your ship and connect to the server as an admin and access the product history. But of course you need the model ID for that. I will find it for you and let you know as soon as possible.
Okay. At the Dakara hideout's location to our scanner, and we will be on our way.
I added the location. Good luck.
Alrighty. So, let's head back out to our ship. Up through here should get us there. There we go.
With the assistance of advanced
Take off.
technology, as researchers continue to unearth more relics from this mysterious
Landing gear
civilization.
retracted.
Let me just kill that radio for a minute. Alright, so to our contracts. Set the route from here.
Warp drive online.
Back to the Stargate.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away. Sonak Radio, your guide through the stars.
Sonak Radio, your guide.
Cruise through here. It's only a couple of jumps away.
Sonak Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the chaos. So, galactic inflation's tearing through our bank accounts faster than a laser through butter. Station's robbery in broad spacelight.
Total daylight robbery. You need a treasure map and a lucky charm just to afford parking your ship these days.
And let's talk about station destination. If price adjustment had a face,
Okay.
I'd gladly introduce it to my fist.
For real. Saw a ship yesterday.
Kill the radio.
Warp drive online.
Alright, so it does show up without selecting it over here.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright. I'm not sure. Yep, we're gonna have a bit of a space battle.
Action. We just need an information from the Mtech server.
Who told you there is a server here? Well, it won't matter once you die anyway. Squad 1, get ready for action.
Okay.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Let's see if I can lock onto that one. Alright.
Target destroyed.
Okay, one more.
Target destroyed.
Alright.
Squad 2 and 4, adopt your ships now.
Do have a few more to take care of.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Alright.
Target destroyed. Target shields down.
And losing a bit of frame rate there. This one's not quite finished.
Target destroyed.
There's a pilot level for us.
Target destroyed.
Damn, do you realize how much these destroyed ships cost? If you want something done right, you will do it yourself. Wait there, I'm coming for you.
Alright.
Shield recharging.
Now we've got a bit of a capital ship to fight here.
Target shields down.
And our bursts are not doing much. Let's switch over to the rail. That's better.
Target destroyed.
Okay.
I found the product ID of Drane. It is 177168. Note that to somewhere.
Right on time. Now leave your ship and access the server by hand.
177168. Yeah, does that actually stay in here? Does not look like it. 177168. I'll just write that down because there's no way I'm going to remember that. Alrighty. Let's spend our skill point here. Let's pop 2 in there so we can get that. And I think I'm going to continue along with the damage line. Alright. Let's have a look here. I've got space for 2 more pods. We'll pick those up before we forget. And there is a bit of cargo as well. We'll try combining them. Doesn't seem to do a good job lately. Yeah, disintegrated them all. Maybe it does that because you got podcatchers out. I don't know. Oh no, look. I've just had to switch over and now they are merged. Okay. Alright, select all, send a probe, pick all that stuff up. And then we'll cruise on over here. Just wait for our little probes to come back. Alright. Whoops. Let's hop out here. And down to this little terminal here. Alright. Okay. So I think you're supposed to type it exact.
Good. The product ID was 177168.
Okay. So what do we want? Find model ID. Oh, actually, I think we're supposed to put the number there. So 177168. Okay.
You found it. Great. Mer'an planet. In our Earth system. Let's go there.
Okay. So we can exit out of there. Head back to our ship. Alrighty. We'll stop in at a station. Go to the space market and drop off our prisoners.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And cruise around the side.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright. So pop down here to the security terminal. Sell off these guys. And top up on our podcatchers. Quite a bit of a stash coming along. We can sell this stuff as well. None of that's any good to us. Okay. Back in our ship.
You know, I don't
Restock
care what anyone
those.
says. Valron's freak me out. I just landed at Nono A1E station, and I swear there's something seriously off about this place.
What's so spooky about it? It's just another giant space station, right?
No way. First off, it's massive, like unnecessarily massive. And it's so dark and quiet, you can hear your own heart beating in there. It's like they built it to hide something.
Maybe it's just creepy design. Ever think of that?
Yeah, sure, because every inch of that place screams we're totally not hiding top secret stuff. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you've got me curious now. What do you think they're hiding?
Honestly, I don't know, but you can't tell me those Falrons aren't up to something shady. Every time you see one, they've got that I know something, you don't look. Always lurking in the shadows, like they're 2 steps away from revealing some crazy plot.
Or maybe they're just really bad at socializing.
Maybe, but seriously, they're too quiet, too secretive, and the way they talk, it's like they're always on the verge of dropping some massive galaxy-shaking news, then they just don't. Makes you wonder what they're hiding.
Or maybe they're just really good at playing poker, my friend.
Or they're running some underground alien conspiracy we're all clueless about. I mean, who builds a station that creepy and doesn't have skeletons in the closet?
So, are you going back to that creepy station anytime soon?
Only if I want to have nightmares. Nope, I'm steering clear of that place until I figure out what those Falrons are up to.
Well, if you do crack the case, let me know. Maybe we can start our own space detective agency.
Alright, so we'll cruise off towards the next mission. Cruise through here.
Sonak radio. Sonak radio.
So that's a couple of jumps away.
You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned.
One more jump.
Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. And 3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay, so we need Zars 4M. So let's have a look. There it is there. So we'll lock on over there. So we've got to land on the planet this time.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Wait for our warp drive to cool down a bit. And hit B again. Should show up in pink. There it is. Alright.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster.
So I'll cruise down to the surface. And we'll just cruise down here.
Sonak.
But I think what I'll do is I'll save this mission for the next stream. I've been going for 3 hours 40. It's 5 AM here. Starting to get a little bit tired. So I'm going to call that the end of the stream, and I'll see if I can find anybody worth sending you guys to. So if you don't mind waiting, we'll see who we can raid. Alright, so we'll send you guys over to Slater Days. He's doing some road tech. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.